Well, hey friends and neighbors, welcome back to Sheraton Park Farms. This is Chuck. Wanted to do a quick video today to talk about a little problem that we've been having, and we think we've figured out a way to solve that. And if you're a farmer, this may be an issue that you've got too, and it may be something you want to think about. So one of the problems that we've got this winter is that we have an overabundance of eggs. And when I say an overabundance, I mean an overabundance. We're getting somewhere between 5 to 6 dozen eggs per day outside of the market season. So what that does is that creates a little bit of a gluttony of eggs for us. So we needed to figure out a way to solve that problem. So my wife had asked for a baby goat for Christmas. So instead of a baby goat, I got her this, a baby chicken maker. This is a little giant egg incubator that we got that we're going to try to do some incubation of our own eggs. Last winter we only had about 30 or 40 chickens, and during the winter time they basically stopped laying. This year we've got about 100 chickens with 6 or 7 roosters in with them. So those chickens have continued to lay. We're not sure if it's because of the breed of chicken or whether it's because we're having an unusually mild winter or simply because we're keeping them out on pasture and they're in a much more natural environment than what they normally would be. So we've got a lot of extra eggs this year. Now, another problem that we've had in the past is that in the springtime, we end up buying a whole lot of chicks. And if you've ever gone to Tractor Supply or your local Southern States or your local feed store or wherever you buy chicks, you know that after a while that can get expensive. You start buying 50 or 60 chicks at $2 a piece, you're in for $100 or $120 before you know it. We found this incubator online on the marketplace for about 50 bucks. Looking this morning, you can pick up incubators anywhere from 20 bucks up to however much you want to spend depending on how many eggs that they'll incubate. So we just got a 42 egg incubator to give it a try and see how it's going to work out. So 2 weeks ago, we put 42 eggs in, and then a week later we candled those eggs, and we ended up losing about 6. They basically just weren't fertilized. So another added benefit, in addition to saving money on buying chicks and having a use for your extra eggs, is that you can replace your own hens. We don't know how to sex these chicks yet. We're going to figure that out whenever they're born so that we can determine which ones are the males and which ones are the females. So we're going to be able to replace our own hens as opposed to depending on what we can buy at the store, whatever's available there. Now, one of the things that we're going to do is we want to watch these chickens and make sure that we're getting eggs from those chickens that are doing well. The ones that do well on pasture, the ones that are prolific egg layers, the ones that seem to stay pretty healthy without any problems. So we can be much more selective in the chickens that we're getting, and that'll give us better quality eggs on down the road. And for those chickens that we decide not to keep, there's a market for live chickens. There's a lot of folks around here that love to buy just chickens for their backyard, keeping around for entertainment, for egg laying at their at home. So there are a number of benefits for us in trying to raise our own chicks and hatch our own eggs. Now, a chicken egg takes about 21 days to hatch. So we put these eggs in about 2 weeks ago. Like I said earlier, we'd candled them a weekend and found that about 6 of them were not fertilized. So we've got 36 eggs left in the incubator. So this is our first experience with trying this. I done it years ago in 5th grade, which is more years than I would care to count, as part of a 4-H project. Don't remember a whole lot about it, but we're going to try it again here at home now and see how this thing works out. Again, we bought this incubator for 50 bucks on the Facebook Marketplace. You can pick them up for anywhere between, like I said, 20 and however much you want to spend depending on how many eggs you want to try to hatch. Now, one of the things that we've learned about hatching our eggs is that during the first, say, 17, 18 days, the temperature needs to stay at about 99 to 102 degrees with between 50 and 60% relative humidity. Those last 3 days, we're going to turn the heat back a little bit to about 98.5 degrees, but we're going to increase the humidity to 65%. So right now we're reading, looks like about 99.3 degrees, 56% humidity, so we're right in the range where we should be. So let's take a look. We're going to candle a couple of these eggs and look and see what we can see is growing on the inside. All right, so this is the incubator, and it's really a pretty simple little setup. We'll see if we can get in here and get a little closer. Pretty simple controls, temperature up and down. You can adjust the the temperature settings on it. And then to increase or decrease the humidity, you utilize these little red plugs that create ventilation, and you can add water. There's a water tray down in the bottom of the incubator. So it's really kind of a set it and forget it. This one has an automatic turner on it. So the eggs have to be turned a couple times a day. So this machine's got an automatic egg turner in it, so we really don't have to worry about turning the eggs. We just monitor the temperature and the humidity and make sure that they're staying in the range that they need to stay in. All right, so let's take a look at a couple of these eggs, and we'll just candle a few and see how they're doing, so you can kind of have a look at the eggs. The candle on these are pretty simple. We just use a flashlight. And then what you want to do is, so here we're looking for the air sac, and you can see there's an air sac there at the top of the egg. And then you can start to make out a mass. I don't know if it's showing up very good on camera, but you can make out a mass inside there. You can see the blood vessels. Sometimes you can see them moving around. That's a darker egg. Kind of hard to tell on that one. So you can see the mass of the chick in the upper part of the egg. So let's grab a fresh egg that we just picked up this morning or last night. So you can see how clear that is. There's just not much to see there. Compare that to a fertilized egg. There's quite a bit of difference. Grab one more. It's kind of dark again, hard to see. So we put 42 eggs in 2 weeks ago, candled these 1 week ago, and pulled out the ones that weren't fertilized or weren't developing like they should. And we've got 36 left. They have about a week to go. So we'll keep monitoring these, watching them, see how they do. And hopefully we can do another real quick video in about a week and show some baby chicks being hatched. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. We're going to try to do additional videos to show what's going on here at the farm and talk about a lot of small agriculture, sustainable farming models. Let our customers see how we're doing things out here and what's happening with Sheraton Park Farms. So appreciate everybody watching. Keep a lookout for more videos. Thanks.